been 30 days since I've deployed my GPUs on Salad so they can be hosted up for companies or individuals looking to do machine learning or AI workloads with my graphics cards. And in doing that, they're gonna pay me for my compute power. And it's been great, above and beyond what I would spend in electric, and certainly as a crypto miner, above and beyond anything that I could be making with cryptocurrency. There's certainly pluses and minuses to doing this and things you should consider. And in fact, I made a whole video on that where I covered all of this quite in depth. And if you are just getting started, please check the referral link down in the description below. So first of all, that's what I earned in my lifetime, which is about a month and a half. And if you look at the last 30 days on a single GPU, I just added a second one, I've made $123. Now, there's a little more happening behind the scenes there, and I just owe everybody who's used my referral code an absolute huge thank you, because I've earned $320 from referrals, which I gotta tell you, I very much appreciate, because you haven't seen me for a bit because my camera broke and I had to spend $1,000 to repair it, and I didn't want to have downtime again, so I also invested a few grand into another camera. So gotta tell you, Red Fox Crypto YouTube channel ain't paying the bills on that. So thank you so much for everybody who used my affiliate code. It's helped me make a dent on an unexpected cost. Anyway, back to how I'm doing in these last 30 days. So in that time, the way I started was really with a single GPU, and that was the 3060 in my gaming PC. And from there, recently I added the 4090. So let's go take a look at the last 30 days, and you can see by day, this is my income. So a lot of this was the 3060, and then you can see it goes up as I switched over to the 4090, and now I just recently added both in the two gaming PCs that you see here next to me. So the 4090 is in this one with 64 gigabytes of memory, and then the 3060 is in this one, and that's running 32 gigabytes of memory right there. So let's go back and take a look at how they are earning per individual machine. And I'm gonna do this one first. You can see this is by day. And on the left side, you can see the dollars that I was making per day. I had a really good run where that GPU was making $7 a day, a little bit of a dip. And this is what happens because it picks up new container workloads. And right now, last couple days, around $5 a day. Now, if I switch over to the 3060, you can see it's actually doing really well right now, making over $2 a day on a 3060, which is a pretty low power card. And if I still have it up, you can see it live right there. That's the 3060 doing over $2. And I said this in my other video, but in that estimate, which you're looking right there down in Salad, it's always on the higher range every single time since I've been doing this. So that's what you can use to determine how much you're making. So when I put both those together, you can see what my earnings are looking like right now, last 24 hours, last 7 days. This is a good day right here, almost $8 a day on two graphics cards. And I will tell you that right now, the 4090 doesn't have a good job, doesn't have a good container. It's only about $3.50. But you can see again, in the last 24 hours of just those two GPUs, I was making $7, we'll just say $7.60 on two graphics cards. I think that's pretty good. So that leads me to, where do I go from here? Because this has proved over 30 days, a little over 30 days, to be pretty good. And I'm happy with it, for sure. And I haven't sat down and done all the math, but one of the questions you get asked, is it profitable over the electric that the PC is using? For sure. It for sure is. I don't need to sit down and do that math to know, especially this 4090 is making more revenue than the whole computer is using to power it. It 100% is. So kind of like, what do I do now? Where do I go from here? Because this is really exciting, and I got some more PCs around. And that brought me to actually my main PC, which is this guy here, this little mini ITX build. And it currently has a 3070 Ti in it, which, if I remember, is an 8 gigabyte card, which isn't going to work because you really need a card that has 12 gigabytes of VRAM or better. And so I was looking around trying to figure out what card I wanted to put in there. And one of the things I'm curious on is, does the VRAM of the card determine its profitability, its revenue, what it's going to bring in? Or does the compute also matter? So like if I put a 12 gigabyte 3060 in with like another 12 gigabyte, say 3080 variant, are they going to make the same money, but the 3080 is going to pull way more power to do it? Some of the stuff I want to test. So what I landed on, since this machine has 32 gigabytes of RAM, is this new 4070 Ti Super, which is a 16 gigabyte VRAM. So I think it's going to do really well. And I want to see how well it does in comparison to the 12 gigabyte 3060. I really miss EVGA. What a beautiful card. Absolutely gorgeous. So one thing I realized is this is a really tight build, and I hope that this card is going to fit. It's like a smaller or mid-sized card. It's about the same size, maybe a little longer. I want you to look at what I have to do to get this GPU in here. See this bracket? I just gotta bend it just a little bit to slide it in. I'm looking at my power supply that I have set up in here, and I actually have a single VGA cable coming off the power supply that goes to dual A pin. So this cable electrically is able to do 288 watts. And I looked up the TDP of the 4070 Ti Super, and it's 285 watts. What I should do is find another VGA cable. There is an empty spot on this power supply, and spread the load across two cables to be super safe. And that's absolutely what you should do. What I'm going to do is get this hooked up and see if it works, and then come back and do that at some point, probably. Moment of truth. My next step is to get this back in the office upstairs, get Salad installed on it, and just monitor it over the following days, weeks, and months to see how it does in revenue. I'm curious on the rotation of GPUs here and how they all perform. The 3060 has been a pretty consistent workhorse, making around $2 a day in revenue. The 4090 has been more of an up and down of extremes of $8 a day and some lows around $3 a day. The 4070 Ti Super with its 16 gigabytes of VRAM, is it gonna like be a consistent earner, or is it gonna be more of the up and down like my 4090 has been? I guess time's really gonna tell. And what I'm really curious on as I continue to explore all this is the rest of the GPUs I have. I have so many 24 gigabyte VRAM GPUs like the 3090s, and is it gonna make sense for me to just go all those GPUs, or be more conservative and consistent with the 12 gigabyte GPUs that I have? I guess time will tell. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments section. I wanna hear, if you're doing Salad, what cards you're running, what memory you have in the computer, and just what you've learned maybe over your time doing this. And if you haven't signed up for this yet, the link is down in the video description, and I'll also pin a comment with my referral code. It costs you nothing, and it helps support me and the channel, and I very much appreciate it, and I very much appreciate all of you. Hope you enjoyed whatever the hell I did in this video. I hope you enjoy your day and the rest of your week ahead. And please take care of yourself, take care of each other, and I'll see you in the next video.
What?